Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. We really appreciate coming out tonight and joining us for this great evening of fun. My name is James Bender. Please call me Jim. I'm the Director of Development here at Buffalo Niagara Waterkeeper. I've been here for about 2 years, so I'm seeing a lot of new faces tonight. So I really appreciate if you take some time before you go today to say hello. I'm so excited for this opportunity to connect with you. And when I made the move from the University of Buffalo 2 years ago, I was looking forward to returning to a small organization. Um, Having the opportunity to use my 30 years of experience in nonprofit work and fundraising, I really felt I could make a difference here. And I'm very excited to be able to join Jill and the rest of the team to be able to hopefully move our mission further along. Again, with your help. Waterkeeper's very special to me. I grew up on the water. I lived in Niagara County on Lake Ontario. I also sailed on Lake Erie, swam in college and high school. Water's close to my heart, and this is a great mission to jump into. So I thank you again for the opportunity to do this. Past few years have been challenging with the pandemic and everything, and getting out. Now, being able to see each of you, this has been a wonderful opportunity for us to thank you for your generous support over the years to help us get through this difficult time. So we want to thank you again for that tonight. First of all, I'd like to thank our mission partners, the Rich Family Foundation, Labatt USA, M&T Bank Charitable Foundation, Wally Insurance, Life Storage, Scott Lawn Yard, and LDC Construction. All have been dedicated supporters over the past 2 years for us. So I'd really like to give them a nice applause along with each other here. All right, just one more thing from my part, and that is I wanted to share with everyone here how we work as it relates to your philanthropic support. You might have seen these on the table, this image here. This is a great new sign. This is my favorite sign, so I'm very proud of this. As it illustrates there, every philanthropic dollar that we receive, Buffalo Niagara Waterkeeper is able to leverage that tenfold. We get federal, state, and local grants to deliver over 60 plus programs and projects throughout the region. So that is because of you. We couldn't do that much work without your support. So thank you again for that. The last part here, this is where it really becomes important. 4 times. It is estimated that through our philanthropic efforts in the Buffalo River, we were able to bring in 4 times in economic development. And you've seen that. Riverworks, the residential areas, the commercial, all those things, Harborfront, all those things couldn't happen without the river getting cleaned up. So 4 times that investment. So it's a little, hope I don't have a mathematician in, or maybe I do. But to me, that says 1 times 10 times 4. That's a 40-to-1 return on the philanthropic dollar. That sounds pretty impressive. And we all should be very proud of that impact on our community. So again, let's have an applause for everyone in the room. All right, that's my spiel. But I want to please let you know how important your support has been. So I hope you'll take that message home, okay? Let me bring Jill up here to really give you all the good news.
It's been many years since a lot of us have been able to gather together. And during this time, we haven't slowed down. Like, the pandemic might have been this dark period of time, and we feel like we might have lost time. But for those of us here at Waterkeeper, we just put our heads down and we got to work even harder because the need for our water and the need to protect our water doesn't stop. Especially in an era of a pandemic when you needed that nature and you needed that healthy ecosystem and you needed to just have something positive and forward to look to.
So we were as busy as ever during this pandemic. And, we started to literally and figuratively plant seeds and lay the foundation for future work. During the pandemic, we had major construction projects up at the headwaters in Crow Creek We did a whole fish passage project up there. We had at least 2 buffalo blueway sites that we constructed. Multiple millions of dollars went into our waterfront in improving our blueway access sites. And we had multiple habitat restoration projects in our living shorelines that went in along the Niagara River and some of our tributaries, both in Niagara County and Erie County. We launched a game-changing climate and coastal resiliency study. So the concept of building coastal resiliency and connecting and protecting our Great Lakes and the waterfront communities, a lot of that conversation right now is being driven by Waterkeeper. And it's being driven by us because we have the support of our donors and our philanthropic community. Because a lot of this work does not get funded by government, it does not get funded by agencies, it gets funded by the people who live here and who care about it. And so that kind of is the stuff that we're doing. We also have thousands of volunteers that we engage every year through our Restore Corps program, our water quality monitoring, our youth education programs. That's probably the most fun we get to do, is we get to interact with people. But to see thousands of people out there helping us carry out our mission is not only rewarding for us as an organization, but it's having huge impact on the community and the physical appearance of our waterfront and our waterways. And we've also, well, this is kind of like, I always joke with our staff, I say, do everything as an Oreo cookie, right? You say something good, and then you got to fill in like the really negative stuff, and then you got to end it with the good. So here's like the negative stuff. So last year, we were one of the waterkeepers across the country who started to monitor our surface waters for PFAS contamination. And unfortunately, the investigation that we did started to identify 100% of the water quality samples that we took had PFAS hits. That's not good, right? It's not good in the Great Lakes. But that doesn't mean the sky is falling and we're all going to die, right? It just means that now that we're understanding the problem, we need to investigate it further, and we need to work to be able to work towards the solutions. So we've got that work underway. And then Jim talked about the 1 to 10 to 4, which we've spent hours and hours talking about. Is it economic return or economic investment? But either way, the point is Waterkeeper's work and the impact that we're having is multiplied over and over and over again. Whether it's a direct expense of putting people to work doing restoration, or whether it's inspiring other economic investment because we've made a waterway desirable. We've made someplace that people want to be. So now investors are coming in and they want to be there too. So our work matters. Our work is having impact. And when you rewind it back about 20 plus years ago, when Waterkeeper had, and I call this the audacity to be out there saying, we're going to clean up this toxic river. Do you know how many rooms I was laughed out of? Do you know how many times people would look at our team and say, yeah, right, that's never going to happen? It's a lot. It was a lot. And it could have been enough to kind of turn people away. But no, we stuck with it. We said, no, this is what we're going to do. This is our mission. This is what the difference we're going to make. In order to kickstart and make that audacious dream come true, we needed the support from our community. Again, this is where the donor support, the philanthropic support made the difference. It was that first dollar in, that little drop, not so little sometimes. That one drop, then that one piece is what we took and we built from that. That one drop helped us understand the hydrology of the river, the science, the political situation, the funders, the community had spent the time out there. That little drop helped us write grants. That little drop helped us bring in the first $1 million to work towards doing the studies to restore the Buffalo River. That little drop helped us pull in the public, private, and nonprofit partners. So we were all around the same table, finally talking about those solutions. And ultimately, it helped us secure $100 million. And that number sounds ridiculous. And it, even with saying it out loud, like, wow, that's kind of a big number. It's true, it happened. $100 million. We'll show you the pay stubs and everything to clean and restore that river. And it was because of the collaborative and the unique approach and that model that has been recognized internationally, nationally, and even and regionally as well. So the fact that in 2025, where's my fact checkers? 2025, the Buffalo River is on target to be officially delisted as a federal area of concern. That's crazy. Crazy. And you all get to take that victory lap with us, okay? So we'll have a big party then too. So we're kind of tired, right? So there was a lot of work. But instead of just like riding off into the sunset and saying, job well done, we're all done, may I introduce you to the Skajapata Creek. So, come on, let's do this one more time, right? We can do this. What's another 10 to 15 years? So what we're doing now, amongst all the other 60 projects and programs that we have going on, we decided that we want to clean another entire creek system. Who's with us? Yeah? All right. All right. So from the headwaters in Lancaster, Depew, town of Cheektowaga, under the east side, right outside this door, and then all the way to the Niagara River, this creek system has had a wild history. The poor thing has been abused, buried, dismissed, made fun of, but it has so much potential to survive and thrive. This creek does not want to die. It won't die because it is spring-fed. Mother Nature and her gifts and the gifts of the glaciers have left us with beautiful, fresh, clean, cold water underneath our feet all over this area here, which is continuing to pump life into this creek system. And if we only just stopped abusing it, and we stopped doing the bad things to this creek we should be doing, we would be able to restore this much quicker. But that's not reality. So we've got a little work to do. So when we started the Buffalo River, no one will believe that we were able to accomplish it, but we did it, right? We have a lot of doubters now that say you're never going to clean up this creek system. But you know what? We're going to do it again. And we're going to do it again with your help. We're going to do it again with this community. We just announced 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago. Congressman Higgins joined us for an announcement that we did secure $1 million to do some more studies and prepare this creek for getting major infrastructure funding to help do this. The 198 redesign is giving us a great opportunity. I don't know if Hal Morris is still here with us, but if he is, we owe him a huge round of applause. Hal Morris was the head of the GBNRTC, which really was a driving force to rethinking what the Skajapata corridor could be what it could be, putting the creek first and water connections first, which is unheard of when you talk about regional planning and transportation planning. But it's because he's committed to working with this community. He's listening to community voices. That's one of the roles that Waterkeeper does. That's what we do, is we help get the community at the table having these conversations. So I could talk all night, which I won't. But again, I guess the final point is this event is to say thank you. Thank you all for your support. And it's not just your financial support. Yes, the financial support is fantastic and it helps fund the time and energy to do this. But the fact that you all are here, first of all, on your personal time, that you're engaged and you want to learn more, that you're advocates, you're champions in your own networks, your own circles, your own businesses, and your own jobs, you're carrying forth our mission. And that's more than we can ever ask, because that helps us in so many ways. So from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of the entire team at Waterkeeper, thank you all so much for your support. Please stick with us. We got another creek to clean. So thank you.